What's up, you guys? There's about 70 days left of summer, and each week I'm going to be focusing on a different chapter and a different concept. So today's concept is going to be about choosing peace. I think a lot of the times people think you got to distance yourself from everybody and you just have to be alone, which is not the case at all. Choosing peace is not when life gets quieter. It's when, in the midst of the chaos, you can calm your mind, you can acknowledge what's going on, accept it, and move on, and not let it disrupt your flow. So I encourage you guys every day to do one activity that helps you find peace. And I also want you guys to comment down below what are some things that you do that brings you peace. I want to form a community. I want to form an alliance of people who are on this journey of finding peace, on this journey of self-acceptance. My philosophy is that if you have a negative relationship with yourself, you're going to project that onto other people. And that is definitely something that I've noticed, is that I would do a lot of projecting in my relationships. I'm the type of person, I like to give out what I want in return. So I love to love people, cater to people, be kind to people. But you also got to know when to say no. And I think that's the biggest thing when it comes to choosing peace, is understanding that when you choose peace and when you choose yourself, you're going to have to say no a lot more than what you're used to. Being a nice person, myself included, you want to say yes. You want to people please. There's nothing wrong with saying no. There's nothing wrong with putting your foot down. And no is a complete sentence. No is no. And a lot of people aren't going to understand it. They're not going to understand why you're moving the way you're moving. They're not going to understand why all of a sudden you're getting distant. And I think it's so important every day to really just have that time to yourself, that downtime to yourself, where you're not around anybody and you're just reflecting, putting your phone away, limiting your screen time, and just reflecting on everything that has happened for today, what went well, what didn't go well, and just highlighting things that you have to be grateful for and putting yourself in a better state of mind. We tend to create a lot of scenarios in our mind and in our brain of things that aren't real. And what we do is we psych ourselves out and we get so caught up in the things that are going bad that we lose sight of the things that are actually going well. Just take a deeper look, and I promise you, you're going to find something to be grateful for. You're going to find something to go like, wow, I actually accomplished that, whether it's big or small, because no matter how big or small the win is, it's still a win. And you still got to acknowledge that. Because your brain also works as a reward system. You got to reward yourself in different ways and encourage yourself to keep going. Discipline over motivation. One day you might wake up feeling motivated. The next day you might wake up and you're completely out of it. But discipline is going to allow you to wake up every day regardless of how you're feeling and do what you have to do because you know you have to do it. Choose yourself. Choose peace. Don't be afraid to walk away. Don't be afraid to say no. Life could get so robotic. You get caught up every day and doing the same thing over and over again. There's no enjoyment. There's no excitement. But you got to make the excitement. You got to make the joy. You got to smile. We take life too serious. Every day, just smile. Every day, laugh. Find that joy. Find that why. You know what I mean? When you find your why and when you really understand why you do what you do, your life really does transition, and things they feel a little different. You're gonna lose people. People are gonna create these false scenarios in their mind that aren't even true, but let them. Whether you're doing good, whether you're doing bad, people are always gonna have something negative to say, because we're just judgmental people and we're critics at everything. Remember that you can't keep pouring into an empty cup, because once your cup is empty, who's gonna fill your cup? You gotta fill your own cup, and you gotta find that peace and state of mind. It's gonna be a journey. Anybody that is resonating with what I'm saying, just make sure that you take it day by day, and remember that there's nothing wrong with saying no and choosing yourself, because at the end of the day, the only person that you're gonna have is yourself, and you don't owe anybody an explanation for choosing yourself. At the end of all my videos, I like to give a quote of the day. But the quote of the week is, peace doesn't start when life gets quieter. It starts when in the midst of the chaos, you can accept what has happened, move on, and find peace and quiet in your mind. Stay blessed and remember to smile today.